Feitan's Hatsu is so powerful that Shizuku states Feitan almost killed numerous members of the Phantom Troupe by himself in just one attack simply because they got curious and wanted to see what his Hatsu ability looked like. Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're talking about why Netero versus the Phantom Troupe is obvious. Stay steady in pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. So Netero versus the Phantom Troupe is a battle between a legendary group of powerful monsters versus the leader of the entire Hunter organization. Today we're going to analyze every single power-up and ability the Phantom Troupe have displayed to find out overall, is it enough to defeat the chairman Netero? Numerous times throughout the series, the Phantom Troupe are referred to as famous criminals with A-class bounties. They're so powerful that many seasoned hunters refuse to even attempt fighting them. Killua's father, Silva Zoldyck, was hired to kill a member of the Phantom Troupe years ago. This singular member was so powerful that Silva tells the rest of his family to avoid fighting the Phantom Troupe altogether, leaving Silva one of the strongest characters in the entire series with a lasting acknowledgement for the Phantom Troupe's power. In the underground world of Hunter x Hunter, the 10 Dons of the Mafia family have access to Nen users. The strongest Nen user from each of the 10 Dons were put together into one special team called the Shadow Beasts. Uvogin, just another member of the Phantom Troupe, was so powerful that he killed 4 members of the Shadow Beast by himself. Many of them he one-shot, and 3 of the Shadow Beasts he killed without using his arms or legs. Uvogin is stated to have the strongest body out of the members of the Phantom Troupe, meaning he's either physically the strongest without Nen, or his Nen plus his physical body makes him have the highest attack power and durability of any Phantom Troupe member. This implies Uvogin might have the highest total aura capacity and aura output out of the Phantom Troupe, but it's up for debate. He could have relative aura to Chrollo, for example, but due to being an enhancer, he would get a slight additional buff to strength and defense. Numerous members of the Phantom Troupe, like Nobunaga, Feitan, Finks, Maki, and Franklin, all show zero hesitation or fear at the idea of fighting one another, with Feitan, Finks, and Nobunaga being dubbed the Assault Squad of the Phantom Troupe. This implies that many of the middle and high tier members of the Phantom Troupe are at least somewhat relative to one another, but what really makes them dangerous are their Hatsu abilities and battle experience. Feitan was so powerful that even while rusty, he held his own with one of the strongest squadron leaders, Zazan, who was stronger than ever after recently awakening Nen. Then, as Feitan began warming up, he started speed blitzing and overwhelming this same stronger than ever base form Zazan. Zazan then transforms and becomes so powerful that an off-guard co-attack broke off on her skin and did 0 damage. This durability feat is genuinely insane and massively underrated. Ko pours all of your aura into a single point and makes your attacks dozens of times stronger. Considering that Feitan's normal attacks were strong enough to damage base Zazan, this implies that Zazan's transformation made herself dozens of times more durable. Many squadron leaders titled themselves kings or queens based on their natural strength. Chitu called himself the Speed King, the Alligator called himself the Glutton King. Following that theme, Zazan's strongest attribute might have been her durability. Despite this, the moment Feitan uses his Hatsu ability, he instantly one-shots this transformed Zazan, even though his co-attack did 0 damage. He then states that this Hatsu was weak compared to what he's truly capable of, and Finks reveals that Feitan's Hatsu has many other forms. Feitan's Hatsu is so powerful that Shizuku states Feitan almost killed numerous members of the Phantom Troupe by himself in just one attack simply because they got curious and wanted to see what his Hatsu ability looked like, and all this power pales in comparison to the leader, Chrollo. Chrollo is a genius so powerful that Hisoka shows almost 0 interest in the rest of the Phantom Troupe. His main focus is fighting Chrollo. Chrollo, at the start of the series, State battles Zeno and Silva at the same time and survives. His abilities were so versatile that Zeno states they might have to sacrifice their lives in order to kill Chrollo. Then Chrollo develops a postmortem Nen and a bookmark ability, both together making him considerably more powerful, making Chrollo bare minimum relative to, if not stronger than Zeno at this current point in the series. On top of all of this, Chrollo's most broken ability is the power to steal Hatsu abilities from others and use them for himself, and the manga reveals Chrollo's 5 steps required for stealing abilities. All that being said, how would the Phantom Troupe do battling against Netero? The reality is, if you took the current version of the Phantom Troupe and had them all attack Netero at the same time, all of them are likely to die without ever even touching Netero. Netero's speed is so unnaturally insane that in his battle against Meruem got hit by Netero's Buddha hands thousands of times before Meruem even landed a single attack. Considering that no one in the Phantom Troupe is faster or stronger than Meruem, this implies that in a normal, straight-up fight, for the Phantom Troupe to land a single attack on Netero, they would bare minimum have to be able to withstand thousands of Buddha hand slaps just like Meruem did. And considering the fact that Netero in total has millions of flawless attack patterns, all relative to these Meruem blitzing attacks, the Phantom Troupe's odds of survival are almost zero. Netero is a master enhancer that scales higher than Uvogin and is heavily implied to be faster than even Godspeed Killua, proven by postmortem Nen Pito chopping Gon's arm off before Godspeed Killua could push him out of the way. Then Adult Gon speed blitzed and one-shot postmortem Nen Pito like a fodder character. Meruem being a rival to Adult Gon implies that Meruem's speed would scale above postmortem Nen Pito as well. And even with all this speed and power, Meruem still got slapped around thousands of times. The strongest member of the Phantom Troupe, Chrollo, is still just relative to Zeno, someone who straight up admits that he was never once Netero's equal, meaning even the prime Xenozoldyck was still weaker than 100-year-old Netero. Even with immense prep time, Chrollo is not making up for that insane gap in speed and power. In a straight up fight, the entire Phantom Troupe gets low diffed by old man Netero. There were 2 highball scenarios for the Phantom Troupe where they might have a slight chance of victory. The first option is with a hypothetical, strongest composite version of the Phantom Troupe with Hisoka, Uvogin, and Shalnark all added to the mix. Then have Chrollo steal all of the Phantom Troupe members' abilities, use Shalnark's Super Saiyan autopilot ability for himself, then maybe Chrollo could land one surprise attack on Netero before Chrollo gets completely annihilated. But in complete honesty, this Chrollo would likely still be inferior to Meruem in overall stats. Autopilot did not even use all of Shalnark's aura capacity in a single attack, proven by the fact that Shalnark was still conscious after autopilot turned off. Considering that the entirety of Netero's aura didn't even make Netero Meruem level, this heavily implies that the Super Saiyan autopilot Chrollo would not be Meruem level either, meaning it's more likely that Chrollo would just get slapped around the same way Meruem did. The second option would be the entire Phantom Troupe sacrificing their lives as a distraction while Chrollo and Illumi use everything in their power to hit Netero with a Nen Needle. Illumi's Nen Needles one-shot kill people, but we don't know if that would work on someone like Netero who has considerably more aura than him. And in complete honesty, considering that Illumi is still narratively implied to be weaker than Zeno and Silva, it's very likely that the Nen Needle wouldn't be enough to defeat Netero either. Even if the needle did by some miracle hit Netero, Netero might be able to overpower the needle's Nen with his raw aura alone, so even this life-sacrificing plan would likely end in failure. And finally, considering the fact that Chrollo couldn't even steal Zeno or Silva's abilities while fighting them, stealing Netero's ability would be just about impossible. Chrollo, in the recent chapters of Hunter x Hunter, is in the middle of evolving his Hatsu ability to a new level it's never reached before in order to kill Hisoka. If Chrollo's new ability ends up being a Kamehameha that wipes people out at the speed of light, then then that would change a few things. But for now, Netero low diffs the entire Phantom Troupe on his own. That's everything I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see ya on the next one.